Hi there. Thank you so much for watching this week's video message. I've got my Together in Literacy podcast shirt on. Yes, you can get yours too. If you go to the Together in Literacy podcast website, we have a link there. You can look up some of the blog posts, and we usually include the link there. But we've got a few different colors, short sleeves, long sleeve, and the material is really, really soft, super comfortable. All right, so let's talk a little bit about helping our challenge readers at home. So I wanted to make sure that my more recent blog posts had some tips for families. Now, this is great. It doesn't matter whether you're a classroom teacher or interventionist, or you are a parent or caregiver that's working with challenged readers. It's okay. Either way, what I'm about to present can help you, because if you're an educator, you can pass these tips on, perhaps in a meeting or a conference or a presentation. And if you're a parent or a caregiver, then you'll also find that these tips can be beneficial when working with your own child. All right. So I wanted to just point out that every time the Literacy Nest has a brand new blog post, that we include a free downloadable printable. And the printable is just to sort of highlight and pick out the main ideas of the blog post and list them in just a quick outlined format, so that instead of trying to print out maybe the entire blog post, these are just like the main salient points. So when you go to the blog post for supporting challenged readers at home, this is what one of the printables looks like. So we've broken it down, 5 tips. And these are the ones that I felt really were the most beneficial. And I really find that there are so many parents out there that aren't quite sure how to support their child with their reading at home, or what they should be when they should be intervening, or what types of books they should be exposing their children to, or what formats. So these tips really just kind of reiterate and solidify what you should be looking or seeking to do. But the blog post obviously is much more in depth. So, for instance, all types of reading material count when we're working with challenged readers, even recipe books, right? Maybe you have a child who is a budding chef and has a recipe book and really loves and benefits from cooking with you at home in the kitchen. And so I would encourage that as reading just as much as I would a chapter book, something to consider. Number 2, ear reading is real reading. Preaching to the choir, right? We know the use of audiobooks when a child is following along with the printed form, or perhaps in a tablet, that is still considered real reading and highly beneficial. Giving your child plenty of thinking time is one that I think is so important. What happens with our kids, especially our more challenged readers, who may also have some working memory issues or are slower processing speed, then when they may encounter an unknown word or they make a reading error, we want to make sure that obviously we want to coach them with self-correcting themselves or helping them and modeling that, but we also want to give them maybe just additional time. And if we don't, if they feel that sense of rush, then what I have found is that there is a bit of a cascading effect with their errors, almost like a little or a domino effect, so that one error happens, they sort of get a little bit of this negative self-talk building up and more errors ensue. So I think slowing things down, take your time, give them time to process, is really going to be so beneficial. Helping your child find books about topics that they love. So if you have a child, obviously, that's an animal lover, or that loves learning about building with Legos. And there are some, my own boys love building with Legos. So we've found manuals that give really cool construction ideas using existing bricks that you already have instead of going out and buying the big expensive sets, like how to engineer your own designs with the existing bricks that you have at home, which is always nice because it saves a little bit of money, right? Okay. And then, of course, last one you want to think about is perhaps building up your own collection of decodables at home. And this is going to be something where, if you look on my blog, I do have blog posts that list decodable books that you can consider for all ages. Okay, not just for our littles, but for older children as well. And I think having a nice collection of decodables at home for additional practice to build up some confidence is going to be really, really helpful. We're at the point in, where am I, 2023 in the spring, where still our public libraries do not have a huge decodable reader section, as they should, built up. I'm hoping that changes in the years down the road. We really do need to push for that. So for now, looking into having your own little book basket of decodables, seeing if you could borrow or get paper, photocopies of these stories and keeping them maybe in a binder, still going to be beneficial. So this, once again, is a helpful printout. If you're a classroom teacher and you want to pass that on to families, fantastic. I would love that. And of course, if you are a parent or a caregiver, thank you so much for, as always, striving to help your child at home become more successful with their reading. So you can, of course, please follow me on YouTube if you found these tips useful. And the Literacy Nest also has a video vault filled with lots and lots of Literacy Nest videos. So I'll see you next time. Bye.